Good morning, everyone. Morning, Mr. Tommy. How are you, sir? I'm going to try my best not to play with the mic, nor am I going to try to keep it close to my face because I went back. What's up, Ty? Let me get you in here, buddy. Just in case. I'm sure you will accept. Excuse me. I'm sure you will accept the wrench. I want to tell you guys that are just joining or are going to join that yesterday's live stream was absolutely um, incredible. It was incredible. Um, I want to say thank you to everybody. Really, I do. I want to say thank you to everybody. Richard, Cody, what's up? Happy Dog says morning. And that's fast growing beard. I know, right? Well, see, I did it because there's a guy that said that, the school made me shave my beard. So I wanted to work all week with a beard to show, sometimes I just like to prove people wrong. It's just a thing I do. And I just wanted to work all week with a beard to show him he has no idea what he's talking about. So anyway, moving along from that subject, I really kind of wanted to talk about the difference in becoming and being a tourist here and becoming an expat and living here because there are a lot of people that contact me and they say, Jeremy, um, it looked so lovely over there. I had such a great experience. I was there for 3 weeks. I was there for 6 months. And my first question is, or they continue on to say, I want to come live there. I want to come retire there. My first question is, what kind of visa were you on when you got here? And 99% of the time, the answer is a tourist visa. Let me explain this in terms that the best way I can. Living here and being a tourist here is like living in South Central LA and living in uh what's what's a really nice place in America, like a super nice place, like Hollywood, for example, in America. Okay. There are two separate sets of rules for everything that has to do with that visa. There are two separate sets of rules for basically the way you conduct your life here. Is anybody hearing me? Hey, there's somebody. Okay, Chad, what's up, man? When you go into non-immigrant status on a long-term stay visa, hey, Steve, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really good. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Um, when you go into a non-immigrant status, you can forget all the tourist perks. Okay, like and not having to be messed with very often because you're just going to be here for a short period of time. Hey, Tim, um, when you go into non-immigrant status, you have things to worry about like, thanks, Carl, John, good to see you. It goes into things like, you have to worry about 90-day check-ins. You have to worry about yearly visa runs sometimes, unless you happen to work at a school like mine where they take care of that for you. Um, you have to worry about this TM30 reporting thing that's going around now with a lot of news on that. And in fact, I want to kind of read you guys a little something about the direction of Thailand and kind of where it's moving in terms of the uh, tourists. Uh, they keep saying the tourist is going, tourism is going down, tourism is dying. It's gonna run itself out. And but first, I would like to give you a piece of information that is also important. This pertains to the Bangkok bombings. Um, I did use a source for this. I'm not going to name the source. If they want any credit, they can get it. But, well, I will name the source. The source is Bangkok Jack. And they usually are pretty good about keeping up with things that are going on. So I'm kind of going to paraphrase a little bit about what's going on in Bangkok right now for you guys that are interested. And some guys were asking yesterday about the bombings that took place. And And it's always better to read from a source that knows what they're talking about than for me to try to play it off like I know what I'm doing. So basically, it says 2 men from Thailand insurgency hit deep south have been arrested in connection to the bomb attacks on Friday, which was August the 2nd. Those bomb attacks, according to sources, left 4 people injured. The attacks happened as Bangkok hosted the ASEAN party group thing, as you guys know about. I'm not going to go into what all that is, but it does show the area and, Soi 57-1, the government complex. One of the BTS stations was hit. And there should be one more, but I don't see it. I'll read. Hey, Aubrey, good to see you this morning. I'll read the quote here. It says, Thailand, which has a grim history, and this is quoting directly, of political violence and is fighting a long-running rebellion in the Muslim-majority South, remains deeply divided after controversial March election returned military chief, and then he gives his name to power as kingdom's first civilian prime minister since 2014, the coup that he led. There were other things said. There were 9 successful attempted explosions, and no motives have been ruled out at this time. So the thing was, is it safe to travel Bangkok after the bombings? And the from what I gathered from the article, the thing is yes, it's fairly safe to travel Bangkok after the bombings because they feel like most of the bombings were confined and held to the ASEAN meeting that they have. So I think that you guys are probably going to be okay if you want to travel Bangkok. That's just my personal opinion based on the information that I have read, and I would encourage you to do your own research and find out. What's up, W. Walker? Good morning, you, sir. We are just getting started, but I wanted to read something to you about tourism. Now, this comes from Thai Visa, and it says, Thai tourism in trouble and competitor Vietnam is scary for Pattaya. And this makes a lot of sense. Basically, this article in summary, and I told you where this came from. This is from Thai Visa. In summary, it basically says reports from the government that Thai tourism is up were disputed today. So the numbers are actually that they give out are not good. And I'm kind of going to give you those numbers real quick. It says now that after taking another look, hey, Roger, good to see you. And now taking another look, it says now the economics, and I'm quoting directly, now the Economics and Social Development Council, a ministerial body, has said that first quarter results in Thailand showed an across-the-board slowdown in tourism. From an increase of 4.3% in the last quarter, this plummeted to 1.8%. Tourists from Oceania, Europe, the Middle East were not coming as expected. Tourism from China was faring better, but was still in decline from 10.5% down to 1.7%. That's a huge decline. Pattaya business and tourism leader, they give his name, who 2 weeks ago said that tourism in Pattaya was going down the pan, has not changed his mind in a new interview with the Thai media. Basically said there are fewer Europeans and the Russians had returned in some numbers, but not a great deal. And the Chinese tourism market was not doing nearly as well as what they had hoped for them to do. So why does this stuff matter? Hey, good morning, Alan. Good to see you, bud. Hope all goes well today. Yeah, me too. Meat Pie, what's up, man? And HT, my man, what's going on? You guys, if you guys missed the live stream yesterday, you should go back and catch the last 15 minutes of it because one of the subscribers, Jim, decided to play a little game on here, and the we raised a whole bunch of money at the end of the live stream. That's all I'm going to say. We raised between, there were about, I say there was a total of about 10 people that contributed yesterday, and we raised quite a bit of money, and it was, it's going, it's making my camera wishes come true is what it's doing. So thank you guys. Yeah, it was a super stream HT. HT was a big part of it. Ron says, hey, I was watching your superhero stream when this popped up. That's awesome, Ron. Make sure you catch the end of that stream, man, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun, dude. It really is. It's a lot of fun. So why does stuff like this matter? Why do these news articles, and why am I worried about it? Because I am now an expat. I am not a tourist. And as I was talking about in the beginning, when you are a tourist, here's what you come here for. You come here to sightsee. You come here to maybe you come here to look for a job. That's possible. But you're basically you can't work, and there are a lot of things you can't do, but you're not going to you don't have a lot of strict rules to follow other than just the rules of the kingdom in regular rule. HT, there he goes already, super chatting. Great channel. Thank you so much, man. When you guys super chat and you put something like that because it's a great channel, I just want you guys to know that I absolutely love it. It makes me feel like my content's worth something to you, and I really appreciate it. Ron said, hit that thumbs up, subscribe button, and share, and ring that bell, everyone. That makes Jeremy feel warm and fuzzy. That is true. Alan says, tourists are discovering new places to go rather than Thailand and the Philippines because they're sick of the scams, ripoffs. New popular places, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, and Ecuador. And I got a little surprise story about Ecuador, but I'm going to save that for a couple of weeks just to make sure everything's fine. Excuse me, guys. Let me turn down my phone there. Troy G says, good morning, JC. DoMoreLife. Unfortunate about the trouble over in Thailand, but staying positive. I'm still coming over for a visit next chance I get. Yeah, you should. You definitely should. You should not let these things happen in all countries. It happens in America. It happens in UK. It happens in Southeast Asian countries. And, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, the Thai authorities did a great job trying to contain it and limiting some of the damage that was done. So, what better can you ask for when you have a crisis like that, and then someone responds to it immediately and effectively? I mean, that makes me feel like I'm living in a safer country. And that's one reason I live here, guys, is because Thailand is a very safe country. No matter what you hear, it really is a safe country. I have a subscriber that lives in the deep south of Thailand. I personally would not live there. Just because there can be too many troubles down there. HT, thank you again, man. I keep looking at that green up there on the super chat, and it just makes me so happy. But so being a tourist, when you get here, all you have to do is follow the laws of the land, which is basically the same thing you have to do when you get a non-immigrant status. The only difference is a non-immigrant status has a lot more rules. Tommy says 19 killed in El Paso today in mall shooting. It's dangerous. Wow, man, that's terrible. That's terrible. Just terrible. Yeah, you're right. It's dangerous everywhere. So you have to be careful where you go and what you do, guys. But trying to stay on topic here a little bit, the tourist visa allows you to come in, see Thailand, understand what's happening. And it allows you to kind of get a feel for Thailand. It allows you to get a feel for the country, for the people, for what do I want to be here for? Is this a place that I would enjoy living? Is this a place that I would like to retire? And it also gives you a chance to hit the ground on your feet and find out some of this information for yourself about how difficult it is. And I'm not kidding. How difficult it is to maintain and get some of these visas. I'll go into more depth in just a minute. Let me answer some comments here. Meat Pie says, coming back from Chiang Rai to Burma, or Burham, 17 hours drive. Been stopped 8 times by police. Been stopped 8 times? Wow. Yeah, that is sad. Go more height. Ron says situational awareness. Always good plan to be as safe as possible. I agree, Ron. Situational awareness is a huge factor in anywhere you are. Tommy says I'm still looking at the elite visa. The elite visa is going to be a little tricky visa. It's possible to do, especially if you're under 50 and you can't qualify for the retire visa, but you still have to have a visa with that elite card. The elite visa is not a visa. You will still have to have a visa with that elite program. And if you want more information on that, go to thaivisa.com or integritylegal.com. And I believe Integrity Legal has a dash in it. They will just type in elite visa or elite program, and they will explain to you, because that's really what it is. There's more of a program than anything else. So look into it, but look into it very deeply. Back to the topic at hand. When you decide that you're going to be a student here and apply for an educational visa, I have seen and heard that there are educational visas being turned down left and right because they're not qualified schools that they're applying for. They're just looking at educational visas as ways to come into Thailand. The apparatus, the immigration apparatus, is really tightened down on these visas. The non-B immigrant work visa is also something that's under a lot of scrutiny. So thankfully for me, I work for a legit company, and all the paperwork is good. I don't have to worry about anything. But when you work for various companies and various things, working on various projects, you have to be sure that that company is legit and that company will no doubt take care of you when it's time to renew your non-B visa. And you have to do 90-day check-ins on that non-B visa, just as you would on a student visa or a volunteer visa. A lot of volunteer visas are being turned away. Also, the retirement visa. The retirement visa has got a little bit complex here lately, and there's some things changing within the apparatus of it. There's some back and forth talk about things could change and be a little bit different. I don't know enough about it yet at this point to pass that along to you guys, or I certainly would. Let me catch these comments. Alan says people without money issues go to places like Hawaii, Monaco, the Riviera, or the Caribbean. People looking for more value where to go to places like Thailand if that perceived value is no longer there. You make an excellent point, Alan. And the biggest reason you're seeing the drop in tourism right now, again, this is my personal opinion, but I think it's the right one. This is my personal opinion, is the Thai baht is so strong, and it's not going to lose its value anytime soon unless something major happens. The Thai baht is so strong that I looked at the exchange rates this morning and I almost threw up a little bit. It's almost sad, really. And for the people that are coming from the UK because of the Brexit situation and everything, you guys, that's why so many, there's actually an article in there called, and there's people that have made many videos, that are talking about what was I saying? Help me out here, guys. I got lost. I saw something on my phone. Immigration visa. No, I mean retirement visa. Oh, the people that were running out or leaving is because of the Thai baht, and the UK especially is really suffering right now. Like their exchange rate has gone in the tank, and I really feel sorry for those guys, to be honest with you. Dino says, good morning. Good morning, Dino. Alaskan Snowbird, you're the best. Keep up the great content. Thank you, my friend. Very much appreciate it. Meat Pie says, must go now. Good luck to you. Thanks, sir. Sullivan says, would you say Thailand is a good country to find a wife? I would say Thailand is a good country to find women. I don't know about a wife because I don't have one. So I'm not, I can't speak to something I don't have, man. Sorry. I would say that you can find a good wife anywhere in the world if you look long enough, but depends on how fast you want one, I guess. Alaskan Snowbird says 26 years, 11 months sober. Hang in there. Keep up the encouragement. Absolutely, man. 26 years. That is a long, 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 long time. Big congrats to you, man. And absolutely. No worries about me here. That's for sure. I've got too great of a life. So no worries about that. Eric says, hi, Eric. Here's the thing about the, once you get on a non-immigrant visa. Now there are non-immigrant visas that are like the, one of them's a O, one of them's a OA. I can't remember which is which, but one is the retirement visa and one is the marriage visa. So the marriage visa has different requirements on that, and hopefully I'm gonna be shooting a video with the guy that's gonna show the entire ins and outs of the marriage visa. Happy Dog says, let me add my 2 cents on the Baht. 5 years ago, the rate was the same as it is now to the dollar. The euro and pound have changed, has nothing to do with Thailand and more to do with Brexit. Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. It's because of the whole Brexit thing. I agree. I'll take your word for it about 5 years ago because I wasn't here. But I have heard many people talk about days when the Thai baht for an American was about 35 or 36 baht to the dollar. So I don't know if that was 10 years ago or 20 years ago, but I have heard it talked about before. How easy is it to obtain citizenship in Thailand? Very difficult. George says, hi. Hey, George. Good to see you back. Go More Hike says, very difficult, nearly impossible. He's talking about citizenship in Thailand. And he's right. Omar, yes, the question is, the Thai baht strong or the dollar weakened? That is good. Happy Dog says in 2002 it was 44, so it was 44 Thai baht to the American dollar. I understand. Am I doing it again, Ty? Sorry. Thank you for telling me. I'll try to my best to keep my hands off the mic. Maybe I should put them on like the side like this. Yeah, that won't bump it as much. Sorry, but please remind me if I do that because I know it gets aggravating. Robert says, still no notification that you were on looking through YouTube and found your site again. I believe YouTube is cutting you short again. You need to look at this. Anyways, have a great day and great show. Thanks, Robert. You can also check on your end as well. Look at the bell beside the subscribe button and let your mouse hover over it or click on it, and it'll give you 3 choices. It'll say all notifications. In other words, every time I post, it'll send you a notification. It'll say like some notifications or something like that, which means it'll just send you periodic notifications of when I post, or it'll say no notifications at all. So if you have any questions about that, look beside your subscribe button, by my subscribe button on my page, and hover over that bell and see what it says to you. Good. I'm glad it's not sounding bad on your speakers, but I want to make sure it sounds good for everybody. So I'm holding the mic by the cord like this. I'm going to try to get me a real mic at some point, but right now I have other things I want to get for the channel for sure. Alan says stability in Thailand isn't relevant to what is current. Things can go south very quickly. Hang on to your Western citizenship and passport at all costs. You can bet I'm not giving up my passport for anything, Alan, or my citizenship. That's for sure. Ron says it was 32.8 for $1 when I left Thailand in June 2018. 31.7 to date, just down 1 baht, not terrible yet. Well, maybe I was looking at yesterday's rate, because yesterday's rate, or maybe it was because I was looking at a different app, had it listed at 29.89. So, but I was at an ATM machine too, so that could have had something to do with it. Someone says, is Thailand a country that's traditional, or I would say traditional? Ty says, better when you only hold it with one hand and it's popping when you hold both sides. I'll hold it like this and we'll see what happens. Thank you, Ty. Scott says, hello from Southern California. Happy Dog says, exactly, Ron. Now compare euro and pound. A couple of days ago, hovering around 30, he says. I assume he's talking about euro and pound. But let's see. Thailand is traditional, but women have full rights. There was a female prime minister several years ago. I didn't know anything about that. So do you guys kind of understand what I mean when I say that the difference in the tourist visa versus a non-immigrant visa? Because the tourist visa is going to allow you to come in, and they have to get health insurance on the tourist visa. It's very cheap. It's like accidental insurance. It is what it is. And then you come in, and if you want a non-immigrant visa, there are much more stringent rules that you have to abide by. You have to. Ryan says 30 for $1 a couple of days ago, I think. So it's hovering. It's hovering around about the same, that kind of thing. I know for a fact a year ago when I got here, it was a little bit higher than that, not much, but a little bit higher. So hopefully we won't lose too much in the overall grand scheme of things. I hope it stays well, and I hope that people don't lose everything. Not necessarily lose everything, but people that have got a bunch of money tied up in Thailand, I would think that they would be a little concerned. Ron says 30.65 today. My typo, down 2 baht in 1 year. Okay, gotcha. Omar says traditional means your mother-in-law was the boss. Not necessarily. DoMoreLife says, how do you know what to do and where to go for your visa? Talk to a lawyer. Actually, there are several ways you can go about it. If you want to work, you can go talk to your employer, and most of them will handle your non-B visa for you. You can go through an agency, a work agency, but I would be very, very, very extremely cautious on what agency I used. I would make sure that they were very credible. I would make sure that the agency has a proven track record of not messing with people or holding back their money or paychecks. So you can do that. You can go to websites. There are tons of websites that you can go to in Thailand and apply for jobs. Happy Dog says traditional means outside the house, the man looks in charge, but under the roof, the wife is the boss. Carl says, maybe just clip the microphone to your shirt. Well, I would, but I don't have a clip for it. I guess I could put my earbuds in and then let it go from there, but I'm scared if I do that, it'll bump my shirt, and if it bumps my shirt, it's going to make some kind of weird rattling noise or something. So maybe I just hold it like this. Mr. Walker says, I'm still hopeful and preparing to move there soon. Yeah, no reason not to move here because of the Thai baht. I think that the noise, what I mean by noise is the talking, right? The talking about it has done more harm than the actual droppage, or not droppage, but than the actual strength of the baht has done. Just my opinion. Let's see. Cam Man says, I'll be there in 2 weeks. Awesome, dude. Safe travels. Omar says, traditional survival by, I can't really, I can't leave that one up, even though you're right. Can't leave that one up. Tommy says, reminder to everyone when you get a passport or renew your passport, request more pages. It costs nothing extra. That is a very good point, Tommy. Very good point, because you want to fill that passport with as many blank pages as humanly possible. Happy Dog says, for more standard visas, retirement, and marriage, the application process is not very complicated. You can do it without any legal assistance. There you go. Alan says, Thai industry has gone ahead or has gone ahead in leaps and bounds in the last 10 years. I've heard that. Territory industry development has caused, I read that right, or is that a typo? Or can I just not pronounce words? Has caused a stronger Baht. This may not last due to a lack of infrastructure development. Well, it looks like to me they're doing a lot of infrastructure development over here, but that's just me. Someone says it's hard to obtain citizenship. Then what's the best method for U.S. men to live there? Well, most U.S. men that live here either on a retirement visa, or they work here on a non-B visa, or they're married to a Thai and have a marriage visa. Those are the most common ways that I'm aware of that men live here. George says, have a great day, Jeremy. You too, George. Take care of yourself, brother. And Happy Dog says, Southern forget even thinking about obtaining citizenship. Yeah, it's almost impossible. Even permanent residency here is extraordinarily difficult to get, and it's very expensive. Ron says, plus Foreigner Joe did a vlog about you. Oh, really? You have to have 6 months before your passport expires based on departure date. Yep, that's true. That is true. You have to have 6 months before your departure date. I have to look up Foreigner Joe. I'll do that sometime today, because yesterday what I did was I was so happy with the super chat that I decided, instead of going out and shooting content, like I've got 9 videos or so that I need to edit. So I got plenty of stuff to put out. I decided to take myself and do something that normal people do, which is like grocery shopping and get a haircut. Got a little haircut yesterday. You can't really tell right now, but I did. And, do some stuff like that. So I spent yesterday afternoon doing that. Then I came home and worked on project 2 and 3. And I also edited another video for YouTube. So just going to keep pushing, guys. Ron says, you will enjoy FJ, Jeremy. FJ. I don't know what FJ is. Can you tell me what FJ is, Ron? Or I'm not sure. Good guy. Oh, Foreigner Joe. Okay, Foreigner Joe, good guy. Gotcha, man. I'll check him out for sure. And if he done a video about me, I'm assuming it was good, right? Because I hope it wasn't bad. Scott says his son cannot come visit him. Foreigner Joe. Oh, that's terrible, man. That's absolutely terrible. I hate to hear that. Yeah, there are a few vloggers that I want to check out in the Thailand community. Oh, not about me, about the passport. I gotcha. Yeah. But he's right about the passport. He's right about the 6-month validity. Definitely got to have that. So, I think I don't know when my passport runs out, but I got it done in 2004. So, 2014. So you got what, 7 years on it, I think, something like that. So that would be 2021. So I'm due up to get a new one myself here sometime soon, which was great. I wish our friend was it 10 years? Okay. I'll look after this just to be sure I don't have anything to worry about. Ron says his son had to delay his visit, all planned out, then wham. That's terrible, man. 10 years on the passport. Got you guys. You can tell the things that I really pay attention to, right? I kind of wish Jim was on here today. I miss him a little bit because he brought so much energy to the live stream yesterday, man, and we were just absolutely killing it on the live stream yesterday, and we had so much fun. If you guys missed it, I encourage you to go back and watch what one man can do. Jim did this all on his own. He just came up with this little theory, and we absolutely kicked butt on the live stream. So I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. I thought it was something to break the monotony. I've pretty much said that, you know, there's a big difference. I've kind of covered my topic, so I'm ready for you guys to talk. Uh, that's not funny, Ron. But being a tourist and being a expat here are two very, very different things. An expat that lives here, any expat that lives here will tell you that. Alan says, if renewing a passport overseas, always allow more time than less. The last thing you want is an expired passport while out of your own country. I would certainly agree with that. I would think that would be a major problem for sure. So what's coming up? Coming up, I have about a week's worth of videos planned for you guys. As you know, during the week, it's very difficult for me to do a live stream. I may do a pop-up live stream, but it'll be like, 6 p.m. here. I don't know what time that'll be for you guys. Let's see, 6 p.m. here would probably, I'm not doing the math right now. But it would be a little offset for my people in the USA and maybe people in the UK. I'm not sure. But I may throw on the occasional live stream here and there because I really, really, really enjoy talking to you guys. These weekend live streams have been so much fun. They really have since I started doing them a couple weeks ago. They've been a lot of fun. They've given me something to look forward to when I wake up, and it's just really been a lot of fun. It really has. So I am going to go out and do some shooting today. Ron says that would be 6 a.m. for me. Well, Ron, you don't sleep anyway, so it wouldn't matter for you, I don't think. I think, don't you stay up playing online stuff all night? I don't think you would really have too much of a problem with it. Ron is the only very, very, God, I don't want to say old, but for lack of a better term, old person that never sleeps. Yeet says, hello to you. Michael Shannon, 9 1/2 years passport. I got rejected once with 5 months left on my passport. That's terrible. Hey, John. Ryan says I'm old. That's true. That's kind of true. But I didn't want to rub it in and make you feel all bad about it. So, does anybody have any questions about being the difference in the tourist and the becoming a non-immigrant and holding a non-immigrant visa title over here? Ryan is 73. Well, you're not exactly old. What did I say? 70 is the new 50, I think. Yeah, we're still good to go. Yeet says, me. I try to keep you entertained, Ryan. I do the best I can, man. Big news for you guys. One thing I forgot to tell you is, you guys know I have severe insomnia. I think I wore myself out so much trying to do so much yesterday that I slept all night last night. All night. Like when I went to bed, all night. Hide that, Ty. Ron says, you're succeeding. I'm trying, man. I am definitely trying. And I appreciate you saying that. I really do. Scott says, that's good for sure. W. Walker says, you, Foreigner Joe, the other JC, and Old Boy, and you, the Tiny, are the only expat bloggers I follow. Well, I really appreciate that very much, Mr. Walker, and hope you continue to follow. Happy Dog says, hey, JC, last weekend you said you were going to do something special. What became of that? I was going to do something special. I'm not sure. Are you talking in terms of video or what? Because I did do something special. What I was considering special was that I broke out my old camera, cleaned it up, and did a walking and talking video. And I also have the questions that you will have to answer when you come to Thailand video coming out soon. And I thought that was a very special video. So unless you're talking about something specific, I'm not sure. I don't know. You can message me. I don't remember. Fabe, congratulations on your sleep. Thanks, Fabe. I appreciate that, man. I think a lot of it had to do with the way that the the live chat ended yesterday too, because that made me feel so much better, so much better. And just goes to show that you guys are awesome, man. White Viking says you have to squint your eyes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Probably need a new pair of glasses, and that would probably eliminate the squinting, I would imagine, for sure. Maybe not. I don't know. It's all smiles in Thailand, so if I squint a little bit, I'm okay with that. It's fun to get over here, have a job, have a little side thing like YouTube. But as you guys know, I have an ultimate goal of financial freedom. Do more hike, go more hikes. Says, since you're an experienced expat now, what do you know now that you wish you'd known back when you first started? Well, my experience is limited because I've lived in 2 countries. One thing I wish I would have known, that's actually a very good question. Uh, One thing I wish I had known is, don't trust people ever. Just don't trust them. Be very, 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 very selective. Um, Very selective in who you give your information to, because they will hold it against you if they can. Another thing I've learned is, whatever you plan for, make sure you have a plan B and a plan C, because your plan A almost always will fail, and you need to have a backup plan. The other thing I've learned is, never, ever, ever come to a Southeast Asian country without a surplus of money, because you never know what you're going to need it for. Something else I've learned is to be cautious in what I spread on YouTube, to be cautious in the people that I surround myself with when I'm not on YouTube, when I'm actually out in the world. So the reason I say that is because, everybody will screw you over at some point. You might as well get used to it. One day, at some point, everybody's going to screw you over. It may be little bitty, or it may be something very, very huge, but you need to make sure that when that time comes, that you haven't given them any real ammunition to do any damage with. That is the main thing that I've learned since I've been an expat. And I've also learned that being sociable and having acquaintances is a good thing. Just don't make them your friends until you're sure that they're trustworthy, good people. That is really the biggest thing that I've learned since being an expat. And also, if possible, if you can afford it, try to have your own transportation. It really, really helps out. That was a great, great question. Go more hike. Great question. Son says, how's the healthcare in Thailand? It's excellent. If you, I just bought a plan. I spent a little over 1,100 or 1,200 US dollars for an accidental plan and a full coverage healthcare plan, and it absolutely covers everything, like everything. Hospital stays, the whole 9 yards. It covers everything with zero deductible, and the doctors here are phenomenal. Ty says, I can hook you up with my optometrist if you would like a free eye test in Central Festival. Sure, that would be cool. Ty, send me some info on messengers at some point, because I'm gonna revisit Pattaya pretty soon. I'm going up there and shoot some videos, because I can't let the Pattaya aspect of my channel die. I just have to be cautious in what I shoot and make sure that it's informative and not belittling. That's the main thing. Fabe says, so true trust must be earned and it takes time. And that is such a true statement, Fabe. It really is. Fabe says, always be careful. Definitely be careful. That's another thing. Go more height. Great question. Know when it's time to have your head on the swivel and know when it's time to just relax. I've learned somewhat how to do that as being an expat. Ty said, okay. Into the Fire says, do you have any regrets on putting yourself out there on YouTube? Absolutely none. Zero. No regrets. Are there things I would do differently? Absolutely. Absolutely. But there are no regrets because I learned from those things. I learned what not to do from those things, and I learned what I need to do from those things also. So, like everybody and every mistake in life, both of those things will teach you two things: what you need to do and what not to do in the future. And I'm very happy that my life has gone the way it's gone, to be honest with you. Thanks, Go More Hike. I appreciate that. Ron says, true friends are few and far between. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, Ron. That's very, very true. Alan says, bye, sleep helper, common sense, no coffee after 5 p.m. Oh, I never drink coffee after 5 p.m. No sweet food just before bed, and take any medications at least an hour before bed. Also, stop watching TV or computer screens 1 hour before bed. That I do all that except the last one. That watching computer screens is so hard for me to stop. I'll wake up sometimes in the morning and my head will be on my keyboard. That's just, that's just me, man. I feel like if I'm not working, I'm wasting my life. I really mean that. Mike says, hi, Mike. Scott says, no expat really needs to know all of everyone's business, is what he's saying. And you're right, Scott. Nobody does, that's for sure. There are some that you learn that you can share businesses with. In fact, here in Thailand, I've met a few people that I call mentors that I don't always agree with them, but I certainly listen to what they have to say. And I take into account that, they've been here either off and on or for the whole time for, 5 years, 17 years, 20 years, 10 years. They have a lot more experience than I do. And that experience means I need to shut my mouth and listen. And that's what I do. And then I form my own opinion. Into the Fire, you are very welcome for your answer. Roger says, are there Western candy bars there? I'm a little addicted to sweets. Yeah, there certainly are. Certainly are. Go More Hike says, yeah, with the locals, I get where you go, where you stay, how long you here. Easy to see that coming. With the Westerner, I've been sized up before like that, but so subtle, I didn't realize it. Yeah, it happens. Every candy bar is here. That's true. Had some close calls, says Go More Hike. Yep, and you will. You will. Candy bars are great. Yeah, definitely the candy bars are good. Yeah, see, the fact that your name says what it does gets you comment not only removed, it just gets you hidden from the channel forever. Because that's just stupid. Anyway, Roger says, thanks, great to hear that. No problem, Roger. Alan says, been caught out thinking I could trust overseas friends. So did I. I made a huge mistake in the Philippines. And that was thinking that I could trust other expats that had similar interest in that I did. And it turned out to be an absolute disaster. Real friendship takes time to develop. Trust anyone that you've recently met and they seem too good to be true are usually fault. That if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. However, I will tell you, I've met one person. Actually, I've met two people over here that are not too good to be true and have really been there for me every time I've needed them. So I have to say that that excites me. Go More Hike says, talk more about when you take out your phone and start recording when in danger. So typically what I do a lot of times is I leave my phone in video mode. So all I have to do is just hit the fingerprint button, and cut it on, and it's already in video. Then tap the video, and it's recording. And I'll drop it in my shirt pocket if I have a shirt pocket. If not, I'll just hold it down in my hand with the camera aimed out. Typically, that in and of itself is enough to make somebody run away. Not necessarily run away, but get away from you long enough that you don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to do you any harm. Because my phone, when I record something, goes straight to the cloud and straight to another app. So even if they get me and get my phone and destroy it, it doesn't matter. It's still recorded. It's out there. So all you have to do, and my family has all the passwords and all the necessary information to get that going. That's a good question. Go more hike. Very good. Fawad, God bless you, brother. Have a great day. Thank you. And you do the same. Go more hike says, at what point do you just break out and start running any close calls? I've never had to run. I have had, I wouldn't say like close calls. I would say there have been situations that could have gotten really worse really fast. The main thing is just to remember to de-escalate the situation as quickly as possible. And usually that's by just saying, being humble and apologizing and walking away. Even though it's not something you know, as a man, you like to do, but it's something that is very, very cool because it keeps you out of jail and it keeps you out of a whole lot of trouble. And I would strongly recommend being or exercising extraordinary levels of humbleness. High acceptance, low expectations. That's what's really that is what really gets us places. Beach Hunter says, hey, JC, thanks for the live stream. Keep up the good work. See you in November. Absolutely, Beach Hunter. Thank you for dropping by, man. I appreciate it. Happy Dog says, for those concerned, 18-year veteran of Thailand, I have never been in a dangerous situation. There you go. There you go. And by the way, my close calls have not been here in Thailand either. My close calls were all in the Philippines. Happy Dog said, I had closer calls in Los Angeles. Freddie Portsmouth says, hi, what's up, JC? Hope all is good. Freddie, there you are. You were a member of the superhero live stream yesterday. I told everybody to go watch it after this one because it was just it was amazing, man. I had the best day ever because of it. It was great. Troy G said, got to go, JC. See you later. Okay, Troy, no problem, man. Take care of yourself. Have a good day. Hope everything goes well. Thanks for taking care of that, Ty. And Ron says the only problem times I saw in my 7 weeks there were started by, drunk foreigners. And usually that's typically where the problems start from. Lefty all around says, hello, host. Hello to you, Lefty. Good to see you again, man. Freddie says it was awesome. It was awesome. I loved it. Ron said, HT got on here, by the way, just so you know, Freddie got on here in about the first 10 minutes of the live stream and kicked off a $5 super chat. And I was like, wow, you guys are just rocking. You guys are awesome. Happy Dog says, Ron, stay away from drunk front. Yeah, definitely. Phantom Dizzy, 16 years going to Thailand and had one issue with a guy. Yeah, that would be an issue for sure. What's up, Donnie? Good to see you, man. And yes, I am most definitely in the house. Freddie says round 2. No, I'm not. That's up to you guys. Like just like yesterday, Jim did his thing and people followed along, and I thought it was great. But I'm not. This is not for round 2. This is I actually covered an entire topic on this one before the madness broke out, which was great madness. Alan says, been coming and going from Southeast Asia since the 80s. Had no serious trouble myself, but seen other veterans come seriously unstuck with situations they thought they were innocent. Stay vigilant. Good point, Alan. Very good. Go More Hike is talking to Happy Dog Lefty all around says, you ever go to the Philippines much? I lived there for 9 months. Freddie says, cool, I'm all ears. I hear you, brother. Yeah, but I'm not going to come up with a game like Jim came up with yesterday. That's something that, that's something that you guys come up with, because I stand by my word. I do not ask you guys for money. Just like the GoFundMe for my camera, the guy that created that GoFundMe. I'm not attached to it in any way other than the fact that he's going to get the money and give it to me so I can buy my new camera, and so you guys can get some freaking awesome footage. God, I can't wait to get that camera. It's really going to be that camera will last me 4 years, and you guys will get to see some of the best footage ever. And I am so excited about it. But anyway, that's kind of, I wanted to give the separation of what the difference in being a tourist is and being an expat, because there is a big difference, guys, and you really need to check it out before you decide to make the move. Phantom Dizzy, what happened to the Thai girl that you were walking home? Well, she decided to move around a few countries, and she's working in some other countries right now, but we still keep in touch. And if she comes home and sometime soon, then she'll still be here. I'm waiting for her currently, but I'm waiting for her, but I'm also on the market, and she knows that, because she did something very unfair to me, and she knows that. And she has told me, put yourself on the market, because it's going to be a couple months before I get home. And, I did something very unfair to you. And I really don't, there's no way I could, she's a really good person. She was like, there's no way I can ask you to wait for me for that long after what I did to you. And I'm not going to get into what she did to me, because it's not really pertinent. Yes, Ron, thumbs up is always good. Share the video if it makes sense to you and other people. What's aggressive panhandling? Go to the Philippines, go to Cebu, and walk down Fuente Circle, and you will see exactly what I mean, Alan. Aggressive panhandling is like in the Philippines, the parents will send their kids, and their kids will jump on you, like literally jump on your back and ride on your back until you give them pesos. Seriously, that's aggressive panhandling. I consider aggressive panhandling yelling or cursing at me and also touching me. That's my personal opinion. Yes, Phantom Dizzy, that is the girl I mentioned in my videos. Go More Hike. That's when a beggar asking you for money and they follow you or yell at you right up to the point you think they will physically attack you. Aggressive panhandling. You know what? I watched part of your video. I didn't get to see the whole thing. I wanted to comment on it. But seeing that in the USA makes me nauseous. It really does. There's so many things that need to be fixed in America. Tommy says, idea for a live stream, food in Pattaya, as in where people like to eat. That's actually not a bad idea, Tommy. I've got a lot of food reviews from Pattaya on this channel. You guys just have to remember, I did a video. If you haven't seen it again, if you haven't seen it yet, look at it. It's called, something like my daily schedule, or can you be a YouTube travel vlogger with a 9-to-5 job, something like that. I broke down my schedule from Saturday through Friday, hour by hour, and go there, watch that video. And I don't know if I'm prepared yet to put myself back on that schedule where I go to Pattaya every weekend, come home, have 5 minutes to spend and relax, and then go to work the next day. I just don't know if I'm ready to do that again, because it took so much energy, man, so much energy. But I love the city got boring. The things to do there got kind of boring for a little while, but it was because I was going there so much. And, I've taken a long break, to be honest with you. I haven't been there very often. And when I have been, I haven't stayed long. I've only been there to see friends. So maybe I'll go back. Go More Hike says, we have that in Alabama too. Yep. Alan says, sorry, I'm Australian. Aggressive beggars. Now I get it. Yeah, there you go, man. No problem. No worries. Go More Hike says, yes, tough walking down the street, 6 foot tall in broad daylight. I hear you. Did you ever film Koh Larn? Yes, Phantom Disney. If you go to my playlist, that it's called The Islands of Pattaya or Pattaya, however you want to say it. If you go to that playlist, you will see a Koh Larn video and a Kopai video. Aren't you proud, Richard, if you're still listening? Kopai video, there's Monkey Island video, there's the Dragon Island video, there's a bunch of islands on there, and we took a bunch of girls out with us, and we all had a good time. It was great, so go check it out. Freddie says they bully their kids and force them to go out and beg for money. Some cases are truly in need, but a lot of them are just after. That's, that in my experience, that is the truth, Freddie. Very, very, very true. Unfortunately, I'm going to delete that comment because of that one word, not because you said anything wrong in my eyes, just because I don't want YouTube hassling me about it. But you're right. Your comment is directly on point, and I agree with you. Carlos says, I love all the positive energy you generate with all the valuable info that you provide for us. Greatly appreciated. Well, brother, I heard something from Gary Vaynerchuk that changed my life. And he said, if you start living your life as a funnel, right, as a brand and as a budding entrepreneur, as I call myself, if I start living my life just to see those numbers, just to see how much money I can make, just to see how big I can grow a business, I'm going to fail. If I, in turn, give out all the information that I possibly can with no expectations on that and just give it away, right? Just give it away. And then let people give back to me what they think I'm worth, what they think the content's worth. If I do that, then I will be successful eventually, because he said himself, he gives away billions of dollars worth of advice and he gets less than 1/10 of that. This video just came out yesterday and he's so right. He's so right. And it's just about doing the right thing, in my opinion, really. Tommy said, but thank you for that, Carlos. I appreciate it. Tommy says his island videos were epic. Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, Richard was with me on, I think, all the island videos, and we had a blast, man. We had a really, really, really good time. I mean, it was fun. Everybody had a good attitude the whole time. It was just a lot of fun. It really was. And if you get a chance, go out and check out that playlist. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. Go More Hike. So how difficult or easy is a teaching job? How long did it take you to get comfortable in the classroom? So that's a two-part question. No problem, Freddie. No sorries. No sorries. Just something to remember with next time. Go More Hike. So finding the job was easy. I put up a resume on a website, and in 4 hours, I got a phone call. So I got a direct hire. It was not through an agency or anything, so part of my paycheck didn't go to them. I get all of my money, thankfully, because it's not very much. But how long did it take you to get comfortable in the classroom? I'm going to say about a year of teaching, really, to get as comfortable as I am now. When I walk into a classroom now, I have a bond with the students and they have a bond with me, and we really have a good time in class. And to getting comfortable allowed me to have a good time and allowed them to have a good time. So it took a while. It takes a while, especially if teaching's not your thing and you've never done it before. It's going to take a while. But fortunately, I work at a good enough school that was patient with me and allowed me to re-up my contract and try again. So I'm very, very fortunate for that. Freddie says, oh yeah, that's a sorry, and I agree. No, sorry, Freddie, don't worry. The videos with Rockman were very, very fun. They were fun. Rockman's awesome, and if you guys get a chance to go check him out, go check him out. Alan says, most prominent begging spots are protected by organized criminals. Don't give to beggars. Chances are that you are funding organized crime. And yeah. I'm going to do I'm going to do a delete on your comment too, Alan, just because there's so many terms YouTube could use against me in there. But I just want you to know that your comment is correct, and I'm giving everybody a second to read it. And I will wait. Where did it go? Oh, Ty already caught it for me. Cool. So anyway, you're right on that, Alan. I agree 100%. And again, no need to be sorry. Scott says people think teaching easy. It is not. Oh, people think teaching easy. It is not. That's right. It is not. Much respect to you. Thank you. It does take a lot of work. It takes a lot of extra time. So I teach 21 in-hour classrooms a week, but I'm there for 40 hours, and I can guarantee you every time I'm there that there is a significant amount of work that has to be done. Oh, we had a troll. Good job, Ty, and everybody catching them. Let's see. Alan says, sincere apologies. Will be more PC. It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. Don't. It's okay. You just have to be careful. Happy Dog says, my posts are not posting. Why would your post not post? I don't understand. Now they are weird. I don't know why. I'm sure Ty didn't put you in like a 300-second timeout or anything. I'm sure, because it didn't show up on my screen. So that is weird. Maybe you lost the signal for a minute. Not sure. That's very weird. Good day, Buck. John Buck. I assume that's who you are. Glad you stopped by. Appreciate it very much. Freddie says, show us the haircut, man. Oh, I did earlier. It's kind of, it needs a lot of fixing, a lot of work. I need to I honestly didn't take a shower this morning before the live stream, so I got to take one here shortly because I'm about to go record a few videos, and I want to try to look a little bit pretty on those if I can. I may even shave up my beard just a little bit and leave it for a little while. I am going to be shaving my beard again, but I just want you guys to know it has nothing to do with the requirements from school. There's absolutely nothing in my contract that states that you cannot have a beard and teach. There are several foreign teachers there that have beards and teach all day long. So people will come up with anything to get people's attention these days. It's just sad, and sometimes it's just sick. That's just the way it is. Charles, hey Charles, good morning, man. Just put the pork on for tonight. I hear you. I feel a pulling coming on. Oh man, you got me hungry already. Phantom Dizzy says, my wife got a teaching offer in a very rural area. Be careful with that. One, you got to be concerned about pay in the rural areas, and two, also, you need to make sure that you have things. If you're a minimalist, a person that doesn't need a lot, don't want to be around a bunch of grocery stores, and you just enjoy being at home and watching TV and that kind of thing, you'll be fine, no problem. But if she needs a higher salary, and you guys need to be near pharmacies and clinics and big C's and central festivals and those kind of things, I probably would not teach in a rural area. I have no desire to teach in a rural area myself. Freddie says, does look great. Get that pretty on. I hear you, man. Omar says, we are learning from your experience. That is the whole point. That is the whole point. I plan to shoot 2 videos today, and one of them is going to be one in my How to Become a Teacher series. I need to refine a few things. DEFCON 1. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? I'm great, man. I hope you are. Certainly hope you are. But yeah, guys, that's just kind of, we've been going at it for about an hour. Arlie says, does anyone know why the food court in Central Festival Mall in Pattaya is closed? I do not. I have not been there. I will contact some of my friends and see if I can find out, though, because I did not know that. I actually did a video on the food court in Central Festival in Pattaya, and you can actually get some really good meals there at a very decent price, in my opinion. So I think it's a good spot to go. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to HT for the super chat. I haven't forgot you, brother. I really appreciate that. And also everyone that's watching that was involved in the super chats yesterday. I just want to say a big, big, big thank you. You guys really made my weekend. Let's see. DEFCON 1 says, hang on. Everything's moving fast. Hang on. Let me slow down. DEFCON 1 says, quick question. Do you know how much a scuba instructor gets paid yearly in Thailand? I have no idea, but I bet somebody on here could answer that. Ty, you did a great job moderating as always. Thank you so much for your help, man. Really appreciate it. You're welcome, Ron. Thank you for tuning in. Buck John says, any DoMoreLife fans in Baguio? I'm trying to be less of a hermit. There are people that hate me in Baguio, and it's okay because I hate them back. No, you're not going to find any DoMoreLife fans in Baguio. I'm 100% certain of that. There's a guy that lives up there that is a huge beta male and has a huge problem with personal insecurities, and he's a big time follower. Will never be a leader, and he just doesn't like me. So Freddie says, on my time off, I enjoy watching DoMoreLife videos. Great content. Always learn something. That's the main thing, is that you learn something. Ty, watch this John Buck guy, because I have a sneaky suspicion that that's the guy I'm talking about. Ron says, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe button, and share. And yeah, make sure you hit the bell for notifications. The bell for notifications is important. Make sure that you guys get them when the content's released. And I certainly love it when you get them. Have a good day vlogging. You know I will. Freddie says, thanks, JC. Another good one. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it very, very much. Scott says, thank you, JC. And I'll say thank you to all you. Thank you guys so very much for being a part of DoMoreLife. This is the best online YouTube family ever, in my humble opinion. I love you guys, and I thank you so much. Be sure to check out the links in the descriptions below, because there's some cool stuff down there, and I would really like you guys to take a look at. Other than that, whatever you do today, hang on one second. John Buck says, LOL, I'm from Texas, not Baguio Beta, sir. Good, John. I'm glad. I am very, very glad to hear that. I really mean that. I'm glad to hear that. But I'm just telling you, unfortunately, there is I won't even call him a man, but a person that lives in the Baguio area who doesn't like me very much. So we're going to leave it at that. And I'm going to take your word for it that you are a man from Texas, and you have nothing to do with any of the or the one very non-likable person that I know in Baguio. So I'm very sorry for jumping to conclusions. But anyway, you're right. That is funny. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. So, guys, I love you. I really do. I mean that. And I thank you so much for all of your attention and everything that you do for this channel, whether it be watching or super chatting or PayPaling. I truly appreciate it. And John, I would invite you to come back on a live stream so we can talk about Baguio sometime, because it is literally my second favorite city in the Philippines. I love the weather. I love the atmosphere up there with all the schools. I love the parks. I've taken some of the best pictures of my life up around, I can't remember what that is, the shepherd thing up there. So, yes, they do, Omar. That's true. So, love to do that with you sometime, man. Anyway, you guys take care. Whatever you do today, be sure you do more life.